out the old ones. So that's, in a simple, logical sense, that's how it's going to work. You phase out the shit, and then you convert the people over to the new technologies. It's the same story repeated over history. The only problem is the oil companies are trying to hold on to their little slice of history. And the problem with that little slice of history is it's destroying our entire world. So they were basically doing what I mentioned before of saying, oh, well, what we're doing is right, and anyone who says anything besides that, anyone who challenges us is wrong. And if you challenge us, we're either going to blackmail you or kill you, is how it boils down to. So they threaten you through the means of losing your job, losing your family, losing your life. It's the same story repeated over history. And they use the element of fear to keep in power. So we're just going to phase them out and say, sorry, your fear tactics no longer work. Your company is shit. Your contracts are shit, and it's your little slice of history is going in the history books. So once we phase out the oil, we're going to convert our energies towards green technology and green energy. What that's going to entail is we're going to legalize hemp and we're going to legalize marijuana because they are not drugs like the propaganda and slander campaigns have made you out to believe your entire life. Marijuana and hemp is a plant, which is what, class? Plants. They're like trees. What do we need to survive? Plants. So hemp and marijuana is not a drug, it's a plant. Marijuana does psychoactive results when you smoke it or when you eat it, and I'll get into that, but it's basically not like the drugs that are like heroin, meth, opiates, cocaine, that kind of stuff is detrimental to your vessel. Stuff that is healthy for your vessel is anything that is plant-derived from Mother Nature, from the source, if you want to put a label on it, from God. Whatever you believe in, whether you call it God, source, Mother Nature, basically the reality that you live in. If you are looking around and you're in a home that's built by someone with hands, a human, or if you're out in nature, in a forest, whatever surroundings you're in and environments you're in, when you look around, that is the reality, that is your habitat, your ecosystem that you live in. Someone created that reality for you to live in. So whether you want to put a name on it, whether you don't believe in this or this, you're still alive, living in an ecosystem or a habitat designed for you to either live and prosper in it, or if you're in a jungle and a panther comes out and it's hungry and you might have to run or be screwed. So you either live or you prosper or you die. So either way, I digress, but it's still a reality and you're living within a reality, so someone had to create that reality for you to be alive. So I don't know if that makes sense to non-believers, or if you're half-believers, or you're skeptic, or you don't have answers and you're just wanting to know what's out there. You're alive. You have the conscious awareness that you are alive, living within a reality. That in itself is proof that something created that for you to have the conscious awareness to know that you are alive, and it's a gift from the source. Whether I call it the source as best as I can describe it in human language, and I'll get into that as well. I actually missed out on explaining that, where one of the things that I went through within this, when I was describing the experiences and the things that I went through last year in 2016, I clinically died 3 times. My heart stopped beating, I drew no new breath, and I basically went into, this is the physical realm, I went into another dimension astral projecting into a different realm completely, and I went through a very spiritual experience where I died. I left and went into the non-physical realm and had the best way I can describe it is a meeting with the source, and was given a quantum upload of information from, I call the source her because she appeared to me as an elderly woman, basically trying to do acts of kindness throughout the reality that she created. And she sent me back here with a mission to save this reality because there are forces of evil that are in control of this world that I have to make you aware of. So I died and I was revived by the source. I was given back the gift of life to come back to this reality, to this realm, in order to teach the things that I'm teaching you now. So that's also one of the things that have formed who I am today. Is I was given the gift of more conscious awareness by dying and then being revived and coming back. So that's also partly of why I know a lot of the things that I know.